and welcome back to the Rookie in Depth. I've been gone for a while, and while being gone, you guys did not hesitate to continue watching my videos. I came back, and the stats were double, triple what they were before I left. And I left with, 640-something subscribers, and I came back with 738, and it's grown overnight. So I want to thank all of you, every single one of you, for everything. I was only gone for 3 days, which isn't a lot of time, but whenever you regularly post and you regularly make episodes like this and you're regularly on here responding to comments, it's a little more difficult to just kind of completely let it go, because I didn't even have my phone for 3 days. So Friday at like 4 o'clock to Sunday at like 6 or 7. But I want to I appreciate all the comments that came in on this post, so we can actually have an eventful, deep episode today. So today's episode will be theorizing what we think is going to happen tomorrow. And if you don't know, tomorrow, episode 11 of season 7 comes out, and it looks like it's going to be an eventful episode. I'll put the promo here.
Undercover assignment, are you kidding?
The goal is for you to maintain your cover. Only intervene if your safety is at risk.
Listen up! There is a bomb in this bag. Do exactly as we say, or everyone dies.
Notify bomb squad and let's get an escort for that bus.
Sir, it's not stopping for anything.
Brace for impact!
So that was the promo. It was interesting. We don't get a lot of what we're looking for, okay? So what me and my little community is looking for is a good Tim and Lucy conversation. Yeah, we want everything else, but like I said, we need the conversation. That's what a lot of you guys were saying. So I got one comment said, I'm really hoping we get a Chenford conversation while they're riding together, and I'll insert the comments so you can read them for yourself. And if you're in this video, I will literally tag you, and so, don't worry. If you're in the video, I'll tag you. Ideally, it would be morally correct for them to have a conversation before they go in deep with like dating or whatever, because they do need to talk. Let's be so for real. The last time they quote unquote talked was in the elevator at the end of season 6, and Tim was talking to Lucy. Lucy wasn't conversating with him. She was just kind of absorbing everything that he was telling her. And so now we could confidently say they're in the small doses era, because it's what's happening. I mean, they literally are. Tim is slowly showing Lucy that he can and is getting better, and that's all we can really hope for. And I think now, with them riding together literally all day, all shift together. Because in the Wildfire episode, they were together, but they were together all day, and then some. So I think them getting to ride together more often is kind of helping stir that pot of the conversation. It would be so TV show-like if they didn't have a conversation, they just started dating. It'd be anti-TV show-like if they actually had a conversation, talked about it, and then the next episode considered dating. Or even this episode, if they have a conversation early in the episode, then at the very end of the episode, they can be like, you want to go on a date? Yeah, cool, we'll get to see that. But I don't know if that happened. I'm starting to lose my hope, my expectations for the season, because it's already about to end in like 2 months. So, the expectations were high going into the season, and they're slowly meeting those expectations. Alright, so let's get into some of these comments that you guys were saying while I was gone. So, at Chenford_lover said, we'll probably see tomorrow. She'll either apologize for not believing Lucy or be mad at her for firing Seth. So, yeah, I was thinking that they were going to bring Tamar back into this because of the random little relationship that they had. Like, they wouldn't have made it a thing if it wasn't going to be a thing. Just like the Zuzu thing. Like, they weren't going to have him text at the very end of the episode if he wasn't going to be, a villain or whatever. And hopefully she'd be understanding of why he got fired and apologize for not believing Lucy, because honestly, Lucy is probably the most trustworthy person on the show. Being mad at her for firing Seth would be very teenager, like, maybe she's not a teenager, very young person minded, because if I was hypothetically dating someone and my best friend was like, they're a liar, you can't date them, I'd be mad at them. But I don't, and then if they were able to prove their point, I think I'd be more understanding than mad. But that makes a lot of sense. It's, like I said, it's TV. So we got a long one by @TayK24. My theory for the next episode is that Tim and Lucy are riding together and they get to a tricky call that challenges her decision-making skills. And Chenford will talk more in depth about Lucy taking the sergeant's exam and what it means for both of them. That is a solid theory. Like, that very well could happen. That's what I was thinking. Like, my clowning, my Delulu tweaker side took over, and that's when you heard those random little rants, I guess you could call them, of what I thought was what I hoped is happening. But in theory, like you're saying, in theory, that's the most ideal thing to happen, is that she's, quote unquote, he's like, all right, he's going to use this day as a way to get closer to her in training her, kind of. So, like with the detective's exam, he was like, pretend like you're the detective. What's going to happen? Earlier in season 6, she was like, I need help with the detective's exam. And so he helped her to the best of his ability with that, and they end up fighting, and then that becomes the whole thing. This one, I think he's going to maybe use this day, before they get on the bomb bus, he's going to use this as a way to challenge her decision-making skills by training her on being a sergeant, because he's already sergeant, right? What other sergeant would she go to learn from than Tim? And they continue the comment with, then for 7/12, so episode 12, April Fools, Lucy and Tim's prank is that they are back together and Angela and Nyla don't believe them, so to prove it, they kiss. Yeah. This stirs up a lot of feelings and Angela and Nyla still don't believe them. Then they have a conversation and Lucy's like, I guess that was for nothing, like they kiss for no reason because they don't believe them, or like, well, that didn't do anything, and Tim will say, I didn't think it was for nothing or something, and that will be the build up to a confession of feelings, and then the rain kiss. I was literally trying to convince myself that there wasn't going to be a rain kiss because of how disappointed I'd been getting. I haven't been disappointed with the episodes. The plot lines are great. They make amazing episodes, but their storyline specifically. I'm starting to think that maybe he was thinking of a different time, and they never did that. Because Tim has kissed other people outside, like Rachel. I don't know if he's kissed Ashley outside. I don't even think I ever saw them kiss, to be honest. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But, point being, I don't know if he's remembering. Either he's not remembering it right, but why would the guy who was in season 7 bring up something that wasn't in season 7? Right. So, that's a very solid theory for April Fools. Maybe their prank goes sideways and nobody believes them. And so they do all these things to prove their prank and they still don't believe them, and then they've dated for a day and they're like, okay, this isn't so bad, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Next, we have at Chenfords_child. I feel like Seth will be back in some shape or form. We will have a crazy Chenford moment and something will happen with James and Nyla. I agree with James and Nyla and Seth and everything. I agree with everything you just said. I have a feeling that Nyla's gonna get a divorce. Because I would. If my husband was James and I was a detective and I was, what do they call him? Decorated detective, because she really is. If I was a decorated detective married to an anti-police activist, essentially is what he is, I don't know if I'd be able to continue like that. I don't know if I'd be able to live my life like that. Someone who's constantly counteracting what you're trying to do, right? They're constantly arguing with you about something that you love. Maybe that's a red flag for Nyla, that she loves her job more than her husband, so she'd divorce him because he's always fighting her about her job and she loves her job. Maybe, but I do think that something crazy is going to happen with them. Either one of them is going to die, low-key. I wouldn't be surprised if it was James or Harper, but hopefully they wouldn't kill off the main character. No hate. Look, whenever I say something about the character, I'm not thinking that the actor's a bad actor. They're a good actor because they're making this character so unlikable, which is good. I do feel like Seth will be back in some shape or form. I have a feeling that he's Zuzu. I don't know. Like I said, the Lulu side will take over, and she will come up with some crazy things, and that's what gets me anxious when I'm just laying in bed. I'm like, okay, what if this is true? Like, what's gonna happen? At the Rookie for Life -H1I. Why? I can't read. Something might happen to Lucy because episode 11, season 2 is when she got kidnapped. So episode 11, season 7, something will happen. That's what we're essentially correlating with. So I personally, and put it in the comments if you don't agree, think that this will be a repeat of episode 8, season 5. If it is a repeat of season 2, episode 11, it would make sense. But I don't think there was anything that kind of gave off that vibe in this episode that would lead to something like that in next episode. But anything can happen. At Dawsey for Life said Tim and Lucy will talk about something. I don't know yet, but about something. They should talk about something. They have to have that conversation, because if they don't, then they're never going to get anywhere. Let's be so for real. They weren't going to talk after they broke up. Tim decided he wanted to talk, so they talked at the very end of the season. If they talk at the very end of the season like they did last time, there better be a season 8, because I'm not leaving on a cliffhanger like that. I don't think any of us would, but I don't know if they're going to wait that long, because like a whole year would be pretty extreme. But I think if you still are trying to be with this person after a year of not being with them, and they're you gotta let it go after some point. But we're hoping that he doesn't let it go, and he just, that she doesn't let him go. We're hoping that everything works out. And that is everything we have, I think. Tim and Lucy and Dawsey for Life replied to my reply with saying maybe something about Seth getting fired. Maybe they'll talk about him getting fired and what led up to that. I mean, maybe, but really what would they talk about? Because Lucy approached him with a concern. Tim was kind of iffy on it. He was like, just let him be. If he's lying about personal life, that's different. But lying about cancer on your medical records and with a shady doctor can't be good. I don't think he'll win his lawsuit, because why would he? And, I mean, if he does, that just shows a lot about everything. All right, well, that ends today's episode. If you have any more theories, I would love to see them in the comment section of this video or the next one. And I am back, guys. You guys were more than welcoming when I came back. I posted yesterday, I'm back. And you guys were very, very welcoming, so thank you. I am going to get back on top of editing. I know I've been posting a lot of just random CapCut templates that I've been making, because I haven't had a lot of time to really like dig deep and think about what I'm going to post. But I have a bunch of audios waiting up, so that's what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to get those audios squared away. I'm going to start editing like I used to. And one thing I wanted to ask, and I might put out a poll just in case nobody makes it this far in the video, is should I enter another edit competition? I did get 4th, which isn't bad for my very first ever edit competition after only editing for a couple months. Like, I genuinely editing, it's been like 1. Having a YouTube channel, it's been like 3. So, getting 4th in my very first ever edit competition was pretty good. Everyone did amazing, by the way. So, if you entered the competition and you are listening to this right now, you did great. I watched the whole little live after it was live because I couldn't get on it when it was live. It was weird. But congratulations to whoever got first place. I don't remember. And but if I do remember, whenever I'm editing this, I will put the picture right here. And congratulations on winning. But if I should join another one, please let me know in the comment section. I'll put out a poll just in case you don't get it this far. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys probably not tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow when we get the promo out, I'll just post like, oh my gosh, did you guys see that promo? And then I'll talk to you guys again on Wednesday about what happened, and then the promo. We'll talk about what happened on Tuesday on Wednesday's episode, and we'll talk about the promo if something juicy happens, because I thought we were going to get to talk about the promo on Wednesday, and it was pretty anticlimactic, but the promo's at the beginning of this video, and yeah. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day today, and a great tomorrow, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night.